Okay, so Kanye West has just surprised everyone and dropped a brand new album, an album we've been waiting months for, Vultures 2. Vultures 2 was announced all the way back in January with the rest of the Vultures series, where Kanye West announced three different albums: Vultures 1, which dropped, Vultures 2, which is out now, and then Vultures 3, which we're still waiting on. So Kanye West just dropped Vultures 2. I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning thinking we were just getting the song Slide as a single, but it turns out we are getting more than just Slide. We actually got the full entire album, and here are my first thoughts. Honestly, the album is just okay, but there's a lot of issues with this album. First off, there's just a lot of songs that aren't mixed that good. I'm not the mixing person who knows everything about being a producer and stuff like that, but there's a lot of different songs that, especially on platforms like Apple Music and others, are supposed to be lossless or supposed to be this, supposed to be that, and they just aren't. I also believe there's one song on here that if you're listening to headphones, it only plays in one ear, or you can only hear Kanye West and Ty Dolla Sign's vocals in one ear, which is definitely a giant issue. And there's also stuff like Kanye West potentially using AI and things like that to do a verse, specifically on the song Field Trip, which it sounds a lot like Ty Dolla Sign on Kanye West's verse. So that's something. And also on the song Sky City, where a lot of fans are saying Kanye West pretty much just used the Kanye West voice filter over a Sci-Hi the Prince reference track and then dropped that as the song. Also, there's a song Isabella, which is like an 8-second interlude. They spelled the name wrong of the person on the interlude, so that's definitely something. But some of my other thoughts, since this album has just dropped and I've gave it one listen, is that, let me tell you, a lot of these songs dropped or originally were previewed back in December, and I really think it makes like this album a lot tougher of a listen because we've had these songs for so long and there's such high expectation of these songs, especially for a lot of Kanye West fans. So now that we finally have them and they're kind of stripped down and have less elements involved, a lot of Kanye West fans are pretty mad about that because they thought they were going to get a lot better song, or they thought Kanye West was going to come in the studio at least once over the past couple months and drop some new verses, do this and do that. And we pretty much have the same album except with a few different songs that was promised to us all the way back in December. Pretty much we got the original version of Vultures, well, parts of it, except 9, 6, 7, 8 months later. And it looks like nothing has been changed. This is especially true on the song 530, which is a song a lot of Kanye West fans have wanted for a while. And on this song, it sounds like Kanye West hasn't touched this song in like 2 years. It still sounds the exact same as when he dropped it on his war video a long, long time ago, when he dropped that whole war thing and everything like that. And also, it has a lot of fans upset with that too because they think Kanye West honestly just ripped this song straight from that video and then dropped it on the album so it can be an official release. So there's just a lot of problems on the back end with this album. Some of the positives, I like some of the songs. I think the song Promotion is pretty cool. I like Future on this album. He holds it down a lot. Definitely some of the songs aren't terrible, but Kanye West for a lot of these songs is just the worst part of the song. Like, there's no better way of saying it. He's either mumbling, he's either stumbling through, he's either on like this whole stream of consciousness thing, and it's just like there's not a lot of depth to his songs anymore. I feel like we really just like jumped the shark with Kanye West music where he just doesn't care anymore. It seems like he hasn't cared for a while, but especially now, he just doesn't care anymore and is just putting stuff out. Honestly, I don't know if Kanye West knows this album dropped and they just put this album out on his behalf, because a lot of the songs on here haven't been changed in so long. And it's cool doing the collab thing with Ty Dolla Sign, but when you're Kanye West, everyone's here for Kanye. Like, let's be honest. Ty Dolla Sign is cool, but this is a Kanye West album at the end of the day, and his lyrical ability on a lot of these songs has just gone down the drain. Like, even on Donda earlier this decade, he had a lot more to say and a lot more impactful and memorable things to say. Now he's just kind of like talking about whatever and going through the motion. I will say some of the producers did a lot of cool things on some of these songs. I believe Fred again did the song Slide. There's a lot of cool production with that. It's just some of the back end stuff is just not good that holds this album back. I don't think this album is terrible, but I don't think it's up to Kanye West standards once again. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, this is better than Vultures." Well, yeah, that's like it's you're basically comparing it to like that's not a good like thing to say. Like compare this to some of his best albums, it's definitely just not up there. And this is the first time ever I've seen Kanye West fans kind of be like, yeah, this is not it. Even for Vultures 1, a lot of Kanye West fans were able to find reasons to like the album, but for this album, it's just like, what are we doing at this point? It just seems like McQueen is fading fast, and he's been fading fast for a while. And I don't want to be negative all the time talking about this album because there are parts that I like, but like the whole thing as a whole, it's just it's hard. It's hard, and I think we're gonna see a lot of interesting talks about just Kanye albums in general and being allowed to actually not like one for once and having no good excuse really to bail Kanye West out this time. But yeah, these are my initial thoughts on Vultures 2. Make sure to give me subscribe. Make sure to like this, and I'll be dropping my full review soon just because I need a couple more listens, a couple more thoughts, and to really digest the album. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.